Okay, this is take two. She pushed that button. Who is she? She is Yolanda Lattimore at Dryerbuzz, and I'm so glad I was watching. This is why you have to check your broadcast because I was using a headset in order not to get feedback. I pushed the wrong button. I actually muted myself instead of turning the volume down because while there are some portions of the broadcast I need to monitor, I don't want to hear myself in my ear. And I pushed the wrong button. So people were coming in. They were like, wait a minute, where is there no sound? So I think we are back. So let's kick this thing off and restart. There we go. See, we definitely have sound. So let's turn that down. All right. Yes, we're back. Thank you so much, guys, for telling me or not being able to tell me that I didn't have sound. Okay. So we had a absolutely awesome podcast on yesterday. Absolutely awesome. It was long and extended. One of the reasons it was extended is simply because you guys were sharing. You guys were sharing the broadcast, and I really appreciate that. And we decided yesterday we had to like literally like say we got to stop. We had to literally stop the broadcast because man, we could have gone all day because everybody had a great weekend. Everybody was getting their week off to a great start. We were on one accord. The room was full, and it was just great. But there was one part of that, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we talked about your call to action, putting your call to action out there, putting it on everything, right? Your stamp. This is the call to action. And the first part of that discussion was comfort zone. We oftentimes say that this thing that we want to do in life has to bring us out of our comfort zone. And when you have to come out of your comfort zone, there are things that'll push you back into your comfort zone. So I kept wondering, and I had a friend I'm gonna meet with because I said to her, we need to talk about your comfort zone because I noticed all the things that she's really great at. Let her tell it. It's outside of her comfort zone, and I know we feel that way too, and I feel that way too, especially on this side of life, having been through some things, even doing the podcast, you know. But I notice now I feel like I have more inhibitions now, if that's the word. I feel more prohibited now than I did before. And one of the reasons I was able to push through earlier in life, like nothing could stop me, was simply because of things that I was responsible for, people that I were accountable for, right? So I had real reasons like, oh, you can't get in my way, you can't stop this train. But now I'm like, okay, pump my brakes, pause, I'm like, stop. I'm like, wait. I find that I can do and say those things more now than ever before. And I have to really push. And I found that because I don't have to do and say certain things, is like, I find that I might at this time be doing less. I feel like I think, in fact, I know that I am. Even though I am taking on more and more and still I find that there are so many things on my yes right now. And the number one thing on it is fear. I have a sense of fear this time around, or in these cycles around the sun and all that. I have a different sense of fear at this point, and it's, how we say young people are just fearless. I'm no longer fearless. I am fearful. I am fearful because the it's I don't know. We're gonna figure that out. Why is that? That's what we're talking about today. Is our comfort zone. Let me check my volume here. So we're talking about. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn that back down. I know that's some noises on there, but I needed to check it. We're talking about our comfort zone. What size is your comfort zone? How far and wide does it extend? I'm gonna write that down. How far and wide, so when I come back, I'll know how far and wide. How narrow? What size is it? Who needs to be? What kind of encouragement? Oh, encouragement. Let me see that. Let me write that down because there are times in life when we don't need any encouragement. We just go encouragement. Okay. My writing is not as good today. What kind of encouragement do we need? What encourages you? Reasons, triggers. If you can identify, if you cannot identify your triggers. And you just find, at the end of the day, you don't want to get to the end of the day. One of the reasons we do how to get out of bed is because we don't want to get to the end of the day where you have to go back and make apologies or put disclaimers, or you end up with these side effects, right? Negative side effects, right? To how you function in the day. So you have to learn what your triggers are. If you're snapping, if you're ranting, if you're feeling negative, you can only see the bad side of things. Like I woke up today, I'm like, it's too early to do how to get out of bed because I woke up early. And I was like, well, let me go and post a couple of things. And I'm like, you know what? I see the narrative that's going on. How can I do something different with that narrative? Well, let me go find the positive. Let me go find the positive. Like people are talking about people who were wilding out on the Met Gala happened. This is recorded right around the Met Gala. And the negative stuff is out there, and it was cool. But I'm like, who really rocked it? Who came in under the radar, but they did amazing? It's not something I look for that alternatives. I love alternative. I love being the alternative to that. So again, because I have to have something positive in my comfort zone so that my comfort zone doesn't become such a narrow place, because I love having room to expand and move around. I make sure that my comfort zone goes with me. I make sure that I make myself comfortable. And I know there's a lot of things that tell us, oh, we need to be uncomfortable. And I think we've said it a couple times, when you become uncomfortable. But if you're comfortable and if you have a comfort zone, extend it. How do you extend it? How do you extend it into the thing you love? How do you extend it into the workplace? One thing that we talked about before is you got to find your voice. You got to know your voice, because one thing you have to do, those things that make you uncomfortable, you got to learn how to speak up and speak out about them. You've got to learn. Jill Biden was on earlier, and she's going to get this question in every interview. Joe Biden is going to get this question in every interview about the fact that there were some things and some times when he made people uncomfortable. He made people uncomfortable, and their narrative, their answer to that was, I think they said something about he comes from a family of huggers. Okay, well, not everybody does that. You can't go in there, but that's how they're qualifying his incidents that have been leveled with the Me Too movement, right? And so then she goes, well, Joe now understands he can't do that and this and that. And then but she went on to say, she says she's had moments like that because women just don't speak up and speak out about it, right? So those kind of interactions with people who mean us no good, in that kind of environment, in those situations, that she said women don't speak up. We gotta have your voice, y'all. You gotta find your voice. And you know what? And you say it to, but we say it too much. We have a conversation too much with ourselves. We talk to ourselves too much on this, because when somebody wrongs you, or when you feel like somebody wronged you, or even if you go into a space and you already feel the vibes, you start instantly having that conversation with yourself. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this person. Ooh, I don't know if ooh, I don't know if I can do this. Ooh, I don't know if I can be there. You have that conversation. You start having that conversation the minute you come into consciousness upon awakening in the morning, right? Ooh, I didn't get out of bed right. Oh, I'm not wearing the right thing, but you don't have enough time to really figure out how to extend your comfort zone into what you're wearing. Oh, the hair didn't come out right. Oh, the car doesn't sound right. Oh, the traffic is this, that, and the other. You just get more and more uncomfortable. Then you get to work. You got to go into the meeting, and the meeting has got so-and-so and so-and-so in it. It's not going to hear. You're not going to be heard. You're not going to be seen. You're not going to earn your worth. All day long, it's just one other thing. Oh, you got to go and do this. Oh, all this responsibility is falling on you. That's falling on you. And then it's like a whole day long. Then you get back, and now it's time to go to bed. And you're like, you've just been uncomfortable all day. Everything has been uncomfortable. Everybody, it's been uncomfortable. You let one, and it's really not even a lot of people. And I'm trying to think of the word. There's a word. The thing about it is, it's one person. You went in that meeting. There's one person in there making everybody uncomfortable. How is it that the uncomfortable can carry so much dominance across every, how is it that all of these people, like in the bullying situation, there's one bully bullying everybody? How is it that people don't gang up? How is it that people don't think to come together? How is it you don't turn to the person next to you and say, is this right? See, I was that person in the meeting. That somebody be sitting there saying stuff that makes absolutely no sense, placing all the responsibility on everybody else, and everybody would look at me like, because knowing I have to react, I have to react, I have to speak up, right? And I'm going like, wait, does that even sound right? Is this right? Is this how we're going to do this? I have to be that person. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for it. And let me tell you. And I'm that person. I walk around not apologizing. And I notice people's reaction because they expect you to be so apologetic. But that's not my comfort zone. My comfort zone is not, that's not me. I'm like, listen, I have to live in this space with everybody else. I have to walk this earth with everybody else. There's a part of this carved out of this for me too, right? So I remember I was trying to walk. I was in the store and I'm like, okay, y'all like just gonna take up the whole aisle. I'm coming through. It ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I'm not gonna saying excuse me. I'm like, you're infringing on my space, right? So I'm coming on through. And I heard the little huff and puff. Say it out loud. Don't say it inside. So I can teach you how to do what I do, and that is expand your comfort zone. Right, I talk to a lot of people. Not coach, but I talk. I don't like coaching. I talk to a lot of people. People ask me how to go. How do I go from the audience to the stage? And then they go, "Well, I have to come out of my comfort zone." If you want to go from the audience to the stage, being on that stage should very well be a part of your comfort zone. Writing, using your name, using all of these things. Being yourself should be a part of your comfort zone. It really should be a part of your comfort zone. And I don't understand, and I'm trying to understand, and we're having this conversation and this podcast today, and I only have a little bit more time. We're only 12 minutes in, so we're going to go a little bit longer. But it's all about your comfort zone. What makes you comfortable? When we talk about these things, if I turn this page back, when we talk about, I can take one thing from each other, all the podcasts we've done, and apply it to comfort zone. Yesterday we talked about missed moments. When you think that everything that you need to do, when everything has to bring you out of your comfort zone, you're going to miss some moments. And I see that Periscope is not cooperating with us today. It's just absolutely not. People are having issues listening. But we're going to continue because remember, we do have alternate platforms. If you experience problems on one platform, we have an alternate platform. So check us out on the Facebook page or on YouTube. If I go back to the page we were talking about, slow down, talking about coming out of your comfort zone. You don't want to come out of your comfort zone because you're so afraid of mistakes, right? But if you focus, you won't have those mistakes. And a lot of times, guess what happens? When you hear people talk about coming out of their comfort zones, for the most part, when they come out of their comfort zone, they always talk about how it was the best thing ever. It was so different. It was something they thought they'd never do. If I go to the page where we talked about stay ready, and we've got on here, what is ready time plan? Planning, listening, can bring you out of your comfort zone. How to expand your comfort zone. Believe and behave, first of all. Just simply believe. But be mindful. It's about witnessing. And guess what? Many of your blessings are out of your comfort zone. If I go to the page where we talked about being wired, coming out of your comfort zone, you get to experience your renaissance, the renaissance of you. What is the makings of you in a renaissance if you come out of your comfort zone. If you come out of your comfort zone, looking at the page where we talked about you can't fake it. Listen, you can't fake it. So you won't be subpar. Staying in your comfort zone is subpar. Staying in your comfort zone, you're not going to achieve what you want. You're going to need to make some real decisions from that page. When we talked about proximity, comfort zone, let me tell you, comfort zone, when we talk about creating a comfort zone, we're talking about having those things that make us comfortable near and dear. Near to us, right? We talk about opportunities. When you can't come out of your comfort zone, you're missing opportunities. You're sitting there, you're watching somebody else's. You can probably name 5, 10, or more people who are living the life that you want to live. Stop watching, stop witnessing them, and start living with them, beyond them, with yourself, right? You're missing it. You're missing it. Remember, we talked about proximity and safety. A lot of people just want to stay in their comfort zone because they believe that it is safe space. I know people add me to a lot of groups and stuff, and they always have in the rules, this is a safe space for this, that, or the other, right? And it's like, and I completely understand we need our safe spaces, but guess what? We need to extend the safe space. We need to extend our safe spaces, and that's part of not coming out of your comfort zone, expanding. We're not even talking about coming out of your comfort zone. I'm not even going to try to get you to come out of your comfort zone, because you being uncomfortable is going to make me uncomfortable. Have you ever gone into a room full of people? You can clearly identify those who are uncomfortable. I remember couldn't wait to go to a workshop. I couldn't wait to go to a workshop. And the person that was facilitating the workshop, for them, hosting the workshop was them coming out of their comfort zone. I'm like, well, do I want to be a part of the experiment? I don't mind. But then I came here to learn something. But if you are up there and you are uncomfortable, then your delivery is uncomfortable. So now I'm like trying to instruct, teach, facilitate, help from over here, because I'm comfortable in this, right? And so therefore I really came away from that, not achieving my goals, simply because the facilitator was uncomfortable, because this was their part of some coaching experiment they were in, that they needed to go and have a workshop. And I'm like, okay. And then you get in there, you find out, well, guys, I'm normally uncomfortable. You're still uncomfortable, right? And you facilitate this entire thing being uncomfortable, and your participants didn't get what they needed because you were uncomfortable. So we're talking about expanding your comfort. We talk about tradition on the page of tradition and tolerance. We talk about habits, perceptions, and infringe. Don't let being uncomfortable infringe on you. On the more better page, honey, we just talked about do better on that one. The change page, we wrote down one thing: the forces that change us back. On the honest page, we talked about past lives. Most people can't be honest simply because of their past lives. Most people can't come out of their comfort zone simply because they can't be honest because of their past lives. I mean, that's what it is. Yesterday is your past life, right? So if you did not, I'm gonna close this right here because it's clearly like not working, and it's not allowing me to expand my comfort zone. It's really, really not working. So I'm gonna close that, and then we'll just keep it going. All right. And so again, as I said, as I go back through all of the topics that we have talked about, each one has something about our comfort zone. Futurism. I love this page where I have futurism. You won't have a future if you don't come out of your comfort zone, if you don't expand your comfort zone. Yolanda, can you stop saying come out of your comfort zone? I don't want you to come out of your comfort zone. I want you to stay in your comfort zone, but I want you to expand your comfort zone. I want that thing that you feel like is way over there, or behind you, or in front of you, or you missed it, or you passed it, or it hasn't come yet. I want you to expand your comfort zone to your force field. Think of your comfort zone as your force field, which it really is, right? Man, you get home and you could come out of the trainers, or let your hair down, or all these different things, right? You feel, listen, you need to be, I know there are some things we have to do to be presentable, but some things, it can't be just, you can't just be comfortable there. You can't just be comfortable behind this closed door or that closed door. I want you to be comfortable everywhere. I want you to be comfortable in everything you do. I want you to be comfortable with everything you put your stamp on or your name on. I want you to become, like for me, I want to be comfortable when I go live. I want to be comfortable, like say for instance, the system is not working right now. But I know I'm comfortable because I have some alternative measures that are working. I know I have a recording of this when I'm done, right? So I can still continue the conversation. When I go into the kitchen and I'm live streaming, I'm comfortable. But there's still some things that I am uncomfortable. And when I find that I'm uncomfortable, I'm like, listen, I'm uncomfortable right now. What is it that I don't know? What is it that I am worried about? What is it that I think? What's my perception? Okay, it comes back to perception. We write that down because that's really what it is. Because a lot of times, what we think of it, right? What's my perception of it, and is my perception of it right? Am I seeing what I'm seeing? Am I feeling what I'm feeling? Is what I think happening really happening? Because a lot of times it's usually not. And when you get clear and clarity of it, you go like, oh man. Then you go, well, I should have been more comfortable in that environment than I was. I should have been more comfortable doing that than I was, right? Because guess what? Like, say for instance, when you are driving somewhere and your first time going, when you don't know what to anticipate around each corner, around the bend, up the road, you don't know what the road looks like, you don't know, when you go the next time, you notice how they always say you seem to get back quicker because you're not hesitant, right? You get back quicker because you can forge ahead. Oh, I know there's a traffic light. I know I need to get on the highway here. I know I can roll. I know this speed limit. I know that. Once you're in the know, then you can go, right? So is it that it takes less time to come back than it does going? You're hesitant when you're going. We're hesitant when you're traveling a road you haven't traveled before. Traveled before, you are hesitant. You are hesitant. That's the only thing that makes it longer. And then you're stopping, you're pausing, you're checking directions and so forth. So, but when you come back, you're headed home. Man, I'm gonna get down this road. You're tired. You're probably exhausted, but it's that you know what to expect. When we talk about our comfort zone, expanding our comfort zone, because I'm not coming out of my comfort zone. All right, but I'm willing to expand my comfort zone. When we talk about that, once you know more, it makes you comfortable. You got to say to yourself, okay, you got to be able to recognize when you're uncomfortable. Are you uncomfortable because you don't know? Are you uncomfortable because you don't understand something? What really makes you, are you uncomfortable because you are afraid of fear? You're afraid of how people are going to perceive you, whether they're going to welcome you, whether they're going to understand you. And then ask yourself, well, why are you putting so much, why does that matter? What matters? What really matters, right? And who does it matter? I'm writing this down too. What matters? Who does it matter to, and who should it matter to? Those are some of the things that we need to think about on this. So, no more coming out of your comfort zone. Expand your comfort zone. Every step you take should be comfortable. That's why people take the time to learn. That's why people take the time to expand their minds, expand their circles, build their tribes. Um, even in this, as much as I have live stream, I still go each as much as I can and see what's new, see what's coming back, see what's trending, what's changing. Right? I still keep abreast of some different things that's going on. Right? I still have a backup. Right? All of that, all of that, because I want to be comfortable in what I'm doing. And I can't come on here telling you about comfort zone if I haven't worked on my comfort zone. And that's something I do. I do it. If I do anything religiously, it would be my comfort zone. If somebody makes me uncomfortable, I don't subject myself to it, not over and over again. I may try it again, but not over and over again, because if the results come back the same, then I'm done, right? So I don't subject myself to a lot of things. I try a lot of new things. I don't mind that. And I see I search for the value of it that I need, and I'm getting a battery warning. So I'm going to get ready to wrap up because I'm using a headset. And as you know, with the device I'm on, you only have the one plug. So today for our physical exercise, I want you to note what makes you uncomfortable. What are those triggers? I want you to check the size, like what look like physically, like look down. Did you step out of your comfort zone? And why is that out of your comfort zone? And if you did step out of your comfort zone, did you become comfortable or did you remain uncomfortable? Because a lot of times we can step out of our comfort zone and find that, oh wait, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable here. Or we can step out of our comfort zone and realize we just made a misstep, we made a wrong step, and you're triggered and you run back. If you had to run back, what was that about as well? All right, I want you to think about that. And just so that we can wrap this up. But I really wanted to pick up on comfort zone because it was a large part of call to action. You'll never give your call to action, which we talked about yesterday. You'll never give a call to action if you're uncomfortable. You'll sit in that room. You're like, man, you especially now when conference time, it's conference time, and this is opportunity time, and you're there and you're sitting and you are around the right people and you're in that space where you thought, man, if I could just get there, and then now you're there and you can't speak up, speak out, can't raise your hand, can't be noticed. You're in still, you got there, you traveled all the way there, and you can't get yourself to that front row or those first few rows. You're hanging in the back, you're hanging on the side in the periphery, you're a wallflower. You see that person, you've been dying to meet them or and get to know them. Man, you can't walk up to them and you're looking, but man, look at their circle. I can't fit in there. I can't do this. You are having that conversation with yourself. There's nobody walking beside, and if there is somebody walking beside you saying all those things, man, we can't do this, we shouldn't be here, we can't do that. Really? You better check your comfort zone, because a lot of times comfort zone, people don't want to roll solo. You don't talk to your friend or this, that, and other person to go with, or you don't went with this or that group, and now you're there and you like they're co-signing all of your doubt. That's not comfort. Think about it. Ask yourself, how comfortable do you feel about that? You're uncomfortable, right? Or, you keep dragging this person along because they do feed into your doubt, right? They co-sign your doubt. But now you're like trying to figure out, like, I got to get away from them so I can go and do this. Because you really want to be in another circle, right? I know these things because I've been there. I have been there, and I want to help you get beyond that. So that's what we want to talk about. You don't necessarily have to get out of your comfort zone, but expand your comfort zone. Think about the size. Expand the size. Know your triggers. All right. Find your true reasons. Fight the fear. Responsibility, accountability, encouragement, perception, and what matters. What matters. That's what we end up. Because at the beginning of the day, notice I was about to say at the end of the day, but at the beginning of the day, what really matters? How much does it matter to you? How much does it matter to you? All right, guys, I am trying to push to a good 30-minute podcast, but I've got to get some things going on in the day, and my device is about to die on me. And I just wanted to come back and double back on comfort zone, because we're going to carry that tone forward as we get ready to. And I'm looking back at the beginning of journaling this. I did not know when we did the first one of these. So, and man, I guess I have to scroll back, but I'm just looking through this journal, and there's some, oh my goodness, yeah, it's going back to the beginning of this book. We really got some pages in. We've really done a number of these. If you want to find some more on the platform you're on right now, there are others, so you can go and check those out if you want to listen to others. And also, it does, if you're catching this as a podcast, there are others there too. And I know the platforms that you are on. And if you scroll through the content, you're going to see we do probably about 2 to 3 different types. So, but each one of them has the title is in there so that you can follow along, because this is added to a podcast that we have other types of podcasts. So just enjoy, just sit back and listen, binge on Buzz, as we love to say. I'm debating on going into the kitchen this week simply because we're not going to we decided not to do the Michelle Obama podcast on Tuesday because this is the actual week that she is coming to town. And I may end up in the kitchen simply because I do want to do something, maybe another Mother's Day recipe. I know I want to do the Mother's Day mimosa, which is a lemonade mimosa. I need to do another video. I tried to create a video yesterday, and I only had like bits and pieces, and I really want to make a video for that. But I mean, it's Mother's Day. Why would I need to be in the kitchen? So I'm trying to take. But Saturday, Michelle Obama will be in Atlanta for the Becoming Michelle Obama tour, and we had a podcast leading up to that, so I'm excited that one, I get to rest today. And finish planning for Saturday. And also on Saturday, I'll be going out with an organization that's giving out scholarships. So pretty much a real productive Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday coming up being Mother's Day. So we will continue talking. Maybe we'll lead up to that, some of those conversations in how to get out of bed. So if the sun comes through yonder window, I wake up with the breath of life, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, we will catch you guys on another How to Get Out of Bed podcast. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, Comfort Zone. Tomorrow we'll start with a new blank page, and we'll see where the topic takes us. But first, we're going to do what we do best, and that is get out of bed. But I need you to do me just one more favor.
Go now to Dryerbuzz.com and follow @Dryerbuzz on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. It's all about the buzz.